What's going on, Jerome's? A new day, a new dawn. Minnesota Vikings general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah basically threw cold water on the idea that the Vikings have to trade down and get more draft picks. They currently have 5, no second rounder. But he did mention that last year the Vikings had 10 picks, and a lot of those guys, either through injury or veterans ahead of them, didn't really get the time of day. So basically, you're getting an extra rookie class. And all signs point to the Vikings potentially making a move for a quarterback. And I wouldn't be shocked if they ended up consolidating some picks, even though we've traded down by and large in most of these mocks. But let's get this party started, and we'll see what the hell happens. So, Young, Stroud, Carter, Richardson, Will Anderson. So now, Lions up at 6. They're probably not going to be taking Will Levis, who is still on the board. So let's let one pick bleed off and see what happens. All right, so they go Gonzo. The Raiders up at 7. Now, the Raiders could be the Will Levis business, sure. They have Jimmy G on the rooster. But let's just gauge the market here. All right, so it probably starts and ends with that first rounder, but can we get a third rounder back? So that's a 43% chance of being accepted. We'll try one more. All right, one more time. All right, can we do it for a fourth? Can we do it for a fifth? All right, they just said no. All right, resume and draft, and they take Will Levis. Nah, that's exactly what happens with life. All right, so we'll let the rest board bleed out. Let's see, Darnell Wright. I saw the T. I was just like, man, was that Hendon Hooker? It's possible. It's possible, man. All right, so Levis goes to the Raiders. Skoronski, Tyree, JSN goes to the Texans. Packers take Quentin Johnston. Ooh. I mean, if he pans out, that's going to be kind of scary. Joey Porter Jr. goes to the Steelers. Makes sense. Branch, Deontay Banks, Bijan Robinson goes a pick ahead of the Vikings at 22. So now the Vikings, they have some interesting names on board. So Brian Bruzzi is there. So the Vikings in the spot, a lot of tight ends, a lot of tackles up at the top of the board, which obviously the Vikings do not have immediate needs. But also you got Zay Addison. Forbes is in the mix as well. Cyrus Torrance. I think people are just sleeping on Osiris Torrance. I really do. And I know that PFF is generally down on Hendon Hooker. His ADP is pretty low. Got a bunch of trade offers here. But like I said, we're not really looking to trade down unless we're able to gouge some team's eyes out. Let's see, Arizona. Like, there isn't a team that has multiple seconds, is there? Well, there's not a team that has multiple seconds that were... Oh, actually the Saints. Yeah. No, it's going to cost you. Hey, if you want to come up, you want to dance, it's going to cost you, Chief. So basically they're not going to budge on that. Fine. I'm just going to draft a player then. So in this spot, do we take Addison? Do we take Zay? I mean, Zay would be a ton of fun. An absolute ton of fun, man. All right, we are going to... Addison's really good too, though. Yeah, I think that Zay's upside is slightly higher. Also given the vertical threat of Zay. Yeah, all right, so we're going to go Zay in this spot. And we're going to closely monitor what is going on with Hendon Hooker. All right, so he is still on the board, correct? All right, so what's it going to... That's a big leap up. Yeah. And we're just going to have to wait and see. There goes Jalen Hyatt. There goes Hendon Hooker. All right, so we're out of the Hooker business. It's all good, man. Wait until 87. I mean, do we just take DTR? It's possible. Battle. There goes McKee to the Packers. Byron Young. Kashawn Bodie. All right, so we got the wide receiver. Zavala's on board. Love me some Zavala. Carl Brooks is one of my legit draft crushes. Actually, F it. We're just going to take Carl Brooks. Where, you know what? Too many people overthink him because, yeah, he played edge at Bowling Green. He's probably not going to be a full-time edge in the league, but he's 6'3", he's 300 pounds. Like, he's going to be a guy that's going to be in the mix for pass rushing defensive interior, and he's going to be really good at that gig. All right, so DTR is there. Do I just take DTR at that spot? I mean, Zavala's just there, just like winking at us. I mean, Zavala's going to be a dude in this league too, man. But do we risk it? Like, do we risk it, or do we make a trade Say with the Steelers. 5 and a 5. Give up a future 5 and the 5th rounder just to make sure you get Zavala and Hooker. Okay, F it. Oh. They said no to 76%. All right, so we're on board. All right, so we're going to take Chandler Zavala, and we are going to take DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I fully understand that, hey, there's no cornerback, or hey, there's no linebacker. And I understand, hey, you give up a future 5th rounder, but I don't care. We did what we did. We have no regrets. Let's see what happens with this last pick. I mean, ideally, there goes Corey Trice. Real name, no gimmicks. Ventrell Miller, Broderick Martin, Mafi, Jose Ramirez, BFW. There's D. Winters. All right, so in this spot, yeah, there's Cam Jones, yes. Do we grab corner? See what we got here. All right, so Jay Ward is there. Luter, who I like a lot. Terrell Smith. Yeah, let's go Terrell Smith. Terrell's definitely done himself some big-time favors in the draft process. So keeping him in state as a developmental corner, yeah, I like it. So, again, I fully understand the concept of relatively sticking and picking, even though we did maneuver up with that 4th pick. It leaves a lot to be desired. So this is very rare in one of our mock drafts where all the picks can fit on one page. But again, I understand how disappointing it is because you didn't address linebacker. You didn't address other needs. You didn't do this, that, or the other thing. But the reality is what the reality is. The Vikings have 5 draft picks in this class. And you could say trade down all you want. There has to be a market for someone looking to trade up. So the Vikings stick and picked, for the most part, 23 Zay Flowers. I love his high-end potential, where I think that he could be, a Jalen Waddle type deep threat in this league, and him with Jefferson and KJ. Ooh, JJ, KJ, TJ, and Zay. I love it, man. Carl Brooks in the 3rd round. Again, one of my huge draft crushes. A guy that just can consistently get to the quarterback, can rush from the edge, can rush inside. I think that he could be a three down interior guy, and just adding him into the mix, positional flexibility is going to be huge up front for the Vikings and Brian Flores. Chandler Zavala, I think next year he will be your starting left guard. I think that he'll push guys like Ed Ingram and Ezra this year, but I think that they'll hold serve. But then I think Zavala would just be waiting in the wings. Also has some positional flexibility as well. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR. So we traded our 5th rounder as well as a future 5th to maneuver and be able to get him in the 4th round. Thompson-Robinson, I think, has all the physical tools. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. He got better every single year with Chip Kelly. He's got an NFL caliber arm. He did himself some big-time favors during the NFL offseason, working towards draft season, and they'll get a good look at him, and they'll determine if he's the guy or not. And just taking a quarterback in the 4th round, that doesn't preclude you from maneuvering and getting a quarterback in 2024 if DTR isn't the guy, but they're going to get a good look. And then you got Terrell Smith adding some cornerback depth. Again, another guy who's done himself some big-time favors during draft season. And like I said, hey, 5 picks, it is what it is. You can't address every single need, but I think he added 5 players that have a chance to be game changers for the Vikings. But that's it. 7-round Vikings mock draft. Only 5 selections. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.